it again. We highlight Pannell, Nugent, and Gibson. Those are the big boppers. Pretty simple this season for Tennessee. When they have run support for Carlin Pickens, they win. And those are the batch to watch in their lineup, especially Nugent, who is a former Oklahoma Sooner with a national championship ring from a couple of years ago. They will face Sam Landry, the transfer from Louisiana, 23 wins on the season, and this week named a second-team All-American.
Oh, Sam Landry's been outstanding in the circle this year. A curveball that should go in and away from lefties. How about the screwball inside and the off speed? This rotation on the off speed has downward movement, so it's just, it explodes down toward the dirt. But it's really a screwball that she gets underneath the righty's hands. Has been a dominating
championship. This is a rematch of the 2013 final, won by the Sooners. Gabby Leach leading things off, the starting right fielder. And in for a strike from Sam Landry.
Watch that side of the plate. You're going to see these Tennessee batters. The lefties are going to kind of crowd with the front foot. Gabby Leach will kind of step towards that line, looking for middle away.
Leach laces one out to left center, and a leadoff hit for Tennessee.
This is part of the approach. They faced Jordy Ball last weekend. A lot of arm side, meaning away to these lefties. Watch Gabby Leach come across the plate. She actually got called out of the box last weekend. That's how much she'll come across. Beautiful job on a pitch middle away. What she was hunting, and she got it.
So with one on, here is Taylor Pannell. Phenomenal during the regular season, winning All-American honors. It now has to rediscover that swing in the postseason. Just a couple of hits in the NCAA tournament. One of the big offseason moves at Tennessee, the Malveaux combo that were assistant coaches for Karen Weekly, both left. Kate and Chris, now the co-head coaches at Auburn. So some new additions to the staff, including Craig Snyder, who's been terrific as their hitting coach. And how about this? They're going to start out with a couple of hits. That one's going to be for extras. They'll hold Leach up at third, and she runs through the stop sign. And wow, will be able to scoot back to the base. Lucky break there for Tennessee, and they've got two in scoring position immediately.
Well, that's a curveball in the outer half that just gets hammered into that gap. It gets through and past Dayton and Barker in right field. And Leach didn't get the best of jump, but you could see Karen Weekly had her hand right in her face.
And here is Ella Dodge, who had that phenomenal Super Regional Series. Leach is going to try and score, and she will dive in safely. And in a matter of minutes, Tennessee strikes.
Holy smokes, too. And a rare ball that gets by Bella Emmerling. And this is more of a pass ball, just doesn't quite catch it. But how about the jump from Leach? She is not very far off the bag. I don't know why Emmerling doesn't try to toss it. Either way, I think Leach gets in there. But Tennessee, foot on the accelerator. Right here, we've only seen about 6 pitches.
Patty Gasso not enthused with the start. 9th pass ball of the year for Emmerling. And again, every coach that comes here tells you it's so important to jump in front, get the early lead, get your confidence up. That pitch missed away.
When you can see the defense is going to be in. Gabby Garcia, the shortstop, well in. Abayani at second base as well.
One of the things that Craig Snyder was telling us yesterday what great preparation it was to see Jordy Ball last week to get ready for Sam Landry this week. Former head coach himself, longtime assistant with Lonnie Alameda at Florida State.
So we had them in Knoxville last week, and when I was asking Craig about the approach for Tennessee against, at the time, Jordy Ball, Nebraska, and he said, we went back and watched film on Sam Landry. They are so similar in the side of the plate that they hit, and now here they are facing Sam Landry.
Well, Landry giving up that 0-2 double to Panel. That was really the big bat they needed to get started. And you can see the percentage. Drop ball, a little bit more for Landry, but the same primary pitches, drop, change, rise.
Landry dials back in, and a strikeout, one away.
Because I'll tell you what, Tennessee is prepared for just the opposite. We talked about it on the hit to Leach, and now she comes back. Instead of staying away, she came back in.
Here is Sophia Nugent. Takes a look at strike one out of Seal Beach, California. 3 home runs, 8 runs batted in so far in the NCAA tournament. And a called strike 2. Susan Eads behind the plate. John Baca, Chris Neighbors, Chad Steers on the bases today.
And this is where Landry is very unique. This is a curveball coming into lefties. Will be away from rights. Look at her arm. Look how far away her arm is from her body. So she's getting around that hip, that rotation on that ball. That is a very unique and different look. You do not see that. Most times the arm is brushing the thigh or the quad. She's a good 5 inches or more away from her body.
Oh, 2 pitch. Barker tracks that down, but that'll be deep enough to get another run in. And Nugent with the sac fly, 2-0 Tennessee. Full count. And Gibson drops that one in the bucket. Nice play by Nelly McEnroe-Marinas. Taking that off the bounce. But a couple runs across quickly for Tennessee. And yet, here they are right back knocking on the door at the World Series. And they will face Carlin Pickens, the junior out of Weaverville, North Carolina. Yesterday named a first-team All-American and has won the last 2 SEC Pitcher of the Year awards.
She is dominant in the circle, a 1.0 ERA, a whip even below 1. It's tough to get on against Carlin Pickens.
She got better with each game in the Super Regional. 3 straight days head-to-head against Nebraska and Jordy Ball. And I'm sure you've heard of the velocity there at 76. She's topped out at 78 and then broke that record last weekend with a 79-mile-an-hour pitch. And here is Cassidy Pickering to start things off. Another first-team All-American. Lights out so far in the postseason, hitting .500. And she was 7 for 8 against Tennessee in their regular season series. I mean, their OPSs are ridiculous.
Yeah. And that's for the season. I mean, usually you see that for like 2 weeks.
A series, maybe?
Yes.
The average, by the way, I think is 826. So hers is 1422. She's one of 3 players with an OPS of over 1,200 in this lineup.
They're playing her to pull. Third base, Taylor Panel is playing in the shortstop position. They are way shifted over. There's a ton of room down that line.
Ton of room down that line. You can see it.
Pickering almost went that way.
Well, it's hard not to notice. You're up to bat, and then you start to think, okay, are they going to come in on me? They went away there.
Well, and you expect her to be late and actually spray to the left side, so I'm surprised they're actually that far off the line.
I mean, that is a huge gap.
She does pull it, and well positioned is Gabby Leach out and right. One down, and here comes Ella Parker, another first-team All-American, getting some info from Pickering as she heads back to the dugout. Has really hit well in the second half of the season, dealing with a foot injury that's been lingering all year long, and she's just playing through the pain. And that right foot.
A lot of it is pain management, just taking care of it as much as you can.
Wow, get in her kitchen. And Ella Parker, you guys, she's got quick hands. We've talked about the velocity from Carlin Pickens, so that was 76 inside.
Yeah, inside
was late.
That makes that feel like 80 inside.
Yeah, when it's
low and away.
in on the hands. And Parker, she's talking about how hot of a bat. She's 0 for 6 against Pickens. Remember, Pickens beat Oklahoma twice this year.
Back-to-back changeups. They're not they're 66 miles an hour, so it's hard to call them changeups, but they're still really fast.
Yeah, I feel like we can't really call it off speed. It's more like gears.
Yes.
Okay, that's first gear. Parker gets a hold of one. And Ella Parker, her first hit of the year off of Pickens is a home run.
You guys, 76 miles an hour on the first pitch. What happened? Ella Parker was late. She got it by her. Then she throws a changeup, comes back, same location. You guys, this is making adjustments within an at-bat that is so hard. You're talking straight heat inside after she had just missed that same exact pitch. She gets to it. Back, she eliminates the stride, just uses her hands. This is how good Parker is. Almost 80 miles an hour off the bat, out of here.
And that got out in a hurry.
Wow.
The two-strike home run from Parker.
That's just the 7th home run of the year that Pickens has given up.
That's a big subplot, right? I mean, Oklahoma's the second best home run hitting team in the country, and Pickens, it's rare that you take her deep. Here's Nellie Mack, the redshirt freshman from Hawaii, who sat out last year due to injury, but has been so impactful that she wears the captain's C on her chest this year. Mueller.
Patty Gasso calls Jen Rocha the best pitching coach in the country, and she has really been able to work with a lot of these athletes that come in. So look at her, she calls the pitches, works with them in the pen, gets the most amount of strengths out of their pitchers that she can.
Mueller with a base hit. Tennessee's plan at the plate has been on point. Already their 3rd hit, 6 batters in.
And Landry hasn't really gotten settled in. This is a changeup left up in the zone, not the location she wants that pitch. She wants it down below the knees, and Mueller takes advantage. In fact, she gets around that pitch. Another hit for Tennessee. That's the 3rd.
Here's Kinsey Fiedler. So 2 in scoring position for the 9-hitter Savia Morgan. And Karen again putting the stop sign on.
Mueller was ready, though.
Yeah. And Rocha will come out to talk to Landry, and this is a big moment for Sit back to the World Series. Slow roller to short. Garcia gets the out. a threat for Tennessee, and they are left wanting. Still up a run on opening day in OKC. Well, you know the defense is high on Patty Gasso's to-do list.
This is a team as new as they are on the infield, with the exception of Sid Sanders. Just 32 errors on the year. One of the best defensive clubs. And that left side with Nelly and Gabby, just vacuum cleaners over there. Been outstanding.
Nugent had the sacrifice fly to bring in a run in that 2-run first inning for Tennessee.
We were with a bunch of the Oklahoma alums last night, and they were talking about, hey, there is nothing like a Patty Gasso defensive practice. Like, you will be there all day if you have to make sure it is perfect.
Tried to jam her.
Speaking of the alums.
Yeah. Pitch underneath the hands.
Oh, boy. Everybody's an umpire. Nugent pops it up. There's Garcia at short. 2 down. Nice look from above. 12,000 plus the capacity here at Devon Park. I don't see many empties.
No, he's standing.
Not when the Sooners are playing, even not in the other sessions.
Afternoon doubleheader, and then 2 more coming tonight. Nigeri Kennedy likely to be the pitcher in that first game this evening for Texas Tech. Against an Ole Miss team, boy, are they fun to watch. Outscoring opponents in the NCAA tournament 41-40. With a couple of upsets over Arizona and Arkansas to get here for the first time. And then the nightcap. Speed to burn from Eugene. And an outstanding power-hitting freshman, Riley McCoy. And then that lethal UCLA combo of Megan Grant and Jordan Woolery. Home runs and runs batted in, 2 of the best to do it in a single season in Westwood. Boo Gibson, and it's out of the glove of Cassidy Pickering, who drops it. Throw to the plate, not in time. Sliding in safely is Ella Dodge. And it's 3-1 Tennessee. Patty Gasso wondering if they should challenge.
I think you got to challenge, but it's a very close play at home. How about Karen Weekly, though, deciding, I will send the runner, Smitty. She heard you. Drop fly ball. This is a ball that obviously has to be catched. Definitely an E7. Beautiful dive at home. And she's in there.
Yeah, she is in there. That's a great slide by Ella Dodge. That pitch is still a little quick. If she can dial that down to 62 miles an hour, I think it becomes a lot more effective.
The All-American.
Look at it.
Back and forth. You take me down, I'm going to come back and take you down.
Pickens knows the power of Parker, so she sets her up with the changeup on the outer half, and then the strikeout. She uses the rise ball, the 2-seam rise ball with great movement at the top of the zone at 72 miles an hour for the strikeout.
Usually you need the wraparound for it to stay.
I like the clear frame there.
Love it.
Dodge making her work. Full count. Bases loaded for the former Oklahoma Sooner, Sophia Nugent. talked to us yesterday about her days at Oklahoma, said they pushed me to be a better player here. And it's been the same thing at Tennessee. Pushing me to improve on a daily basis. There was a logjam of catchers here a few years ago behind the great Kinsey Hansen. And Nugent was one of the ones that was here to win a ring and then went elsewhere for more playing time.
Now she leads this Tennessee team in home runs. She's been their big power hitter. See Craig Snyder right there, really digging in on the game plan. The understanding of when to hunt. If you're going to drive a pitch, it's not just about, Tim Walton talked about it last game, making contact, but finding that location and sitting on a pitch that you can drive hard.
Especially with one out. Perfect situation to really be able to go get it, drive it somewhere hard, get it on the green, because even something deep to the outfield is going to be a sacrifice fly with just the one out.
And Sophia Nugent has done in the past is she'll back off the plate a little, look for something inside. Sam Landry will go there. If you're going to sell out on something you want to slug, it's that inner part of the plate.
Pinch runner out at second base for Tennessee is Amanda Allen. Couple of singles and a walk. Now they are loaded for Nugent. As Hansen looks on, the former catcher here. In that senior class that won 4 straight championships. When you have that kind of success, there's going to be kids coming and going in the portal. Has there been a slam for Tennessee here? Yes, there has. Aaron Webb, 2010 against the Dogs.
That was it. Nugent off the plate, spit on the changeup, first pitch, another pitch away. She just got something on the inner half, missed it, but that's what she's looking at.
Waits on it, rolls a ground ball to short. They get one over to first, double play. And Sam Landry gets him out of the bases loaded jam to keep it tight.
And one of the best defenses in the country picks up their 3rd double play of the game. None bigger with the bases loaded. Garcia Agbayani over to Sid Sanders with the really good.
Game winner stepping up. She won the first fight with Pickens, a home run. Carlin won the second fight, struck her out with a rise ball. And then with runners on base in the 5th, Carlin got her again.
You couldn't ask for a better way for this bottom of the 7th inning to go. Who do you want? You want Pickens and you want Parker. That's what we've got here.
It's really been unbelievable. The whole second half of this game, 3 of the last 4 innings, leadoff walks, Pickens, Parker, the battle for the last out of the game.
Outfield, that's Fiedler in center with boots on the warning track. Oh, and 1. Center field, Ella Parker walks it off for Oklahoma. Tears of joy for Parker as Tennessee chooses to pitch to her instead of walking her on base to throw to the freshman, Nellie Mack. And Parker delivers.
Even after the home run in the first inning that Parker hit, Pickens wanted to throw to her. She wanted the challenge. Parker gets out her next two at bats, but this one, 67 miles an hour, sends it out at 77. She's been the hottest hitter in the country the last month of the season. Absolutely on fire, but no bigger home run of her career than the walk-off she just had.
Her 14th and 15th home runs of the year, and the leadoff walk comes back to haunt Pickens.
4-3, your final.
Why so much emotion after that swing?
Going into it, I knew our fourth man was in the fire, and this team has done so much, and we've just battled and battled and battled, and just knowing that our fourth man was with us, I'm so emotional.
What did you see on the pitch?
I was just doing whatever to stay loose and pass the bat to my next teammate. Nothing else, just keeping it simple.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.